On number 19, they're asking us to write the quadrant in which the terminal side of theta lies. Now, I'm going to draw just the quadrants here. Remember, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. This one is positive for x and y. This is negative for x and positive for y, negative for both, positive for x, and negative for y. Now, let's see what they've given us. They said that sine is greater than 0. Now, for sine to be greater than 0, I'm going to shade everything in the top. And it says tangent is less than 0, which means tangent is negative. So look for the quadrants where tangent would be negative. Now we're going to shade in the opposite direction. Now the reason I know that it's quadrants 2 and quadrant 4 is because we have one positive and one negative. So sine over cosine would therefore be negative. Now, which quadrant is it that has the double shading? Well, that's quadrant 2. So the answer to this one would be it's quadrant 2 where both of those things are true. In part B, let's clear that off for just a second. We'll put quadrant 2 back up here, and I'm going to draw again 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for part B, it says cosine of theta is less than 0. So cosine negative, always on the left side, and tangent is greater than 0. Well, tangent positive must be in quadrant 1 or in quadrant 3. In quadrant 1, sine and cosine are positive. In quadrant 3, they're both negative. Therefore, tangent would be positive. Notice that we have the double shading in quadrant 3. In part C, we'll draw that one down here. I think you've got the idea now. It says secant is less than 0. Well, remember, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So if secant is less than 0, then that means cosine must be less than 0. So where is cosine less than 0? Cosine is less than 0 since cosine is x on this side. And it says cosecant is less than 0. Well, we know that's the reciprocal of the sine function. If that is less than 0, and then we have to go where sine is less than 0, which of course is the bottom half of our coordinate plane. And again, the double shading appears in quadrant 3.